of where the future is going. What can we expect next week? I mean, what is happening right now between the longshoremen? What is going on?
So, as you aptly said, number one, the unions, unions are a backbone of the maritime sector. I mean, this has been something, if you look at the history of sailing and working ashore, what would happen was they were basically really exploited for a long time. One of my favorite cases in the U.S. Supreme Court is what's referred to as the Arago decision of 1893, which was a decision where basically the Supreme Court ruled that merchant mariners, when they signed onto a ship, surrendered their 13th Amendment rights. And so, I mean, you had seafarers who were losing their rights. You had dockyard workers who were losing their rights. And what you saw was a massive movement in the United States in the early 20th century to unionize, led to a massive strike on the West Coast. You saw them on the East Coast. And so unions really became the bedrock. And what we see coming up right now is on the East and Gulf Coast of the United States, the International Longshoremen's Association is coming to the end of their 6-year contract. So this is not new. Everybody knew this was coming. There's no surprise here. That September 30th of 2024 is going to be the last day of the master contract. They are working for an entity called the U.S. Maritime Alliance, which is a strange thing. It's a consortium of both the terminal operators along the coast. It's the companies that employ the longshoremen, but it's also the ocean carriers, the big ocean carriers that bring in the ships. Matter of fact, if you look at the board of directors, of the 15 board of directors, 8 of them represent these ocean carriers, and they're a who's who of ocean carriers. You've got Hapag-Lloyd, you got Maersk, you've got the Chinese Overseas Shipping Company on there, and what is happening right now is that the union, the ILA, is saying that come midnight on September 30th, they're going on strike. And if you see any image of the union, just go, Google search ILA and Harold Daggett, and he gives a speech where I am of the opinion that I believe him. They're walking out on midnight, September 30th, so that on October 1st, there is going to be no labor to work. Now, we don't know exactly what that means yet, because the ILA services largely container ships, but they also do car carriers. They also do cruise ships in a lot of ports. They're the line handlers. They're the guys that throw off the lines for vessels. So this impact has not been fully appreciated yet. Plus, they also do military cargo. But I think right now,